Most recognizable faces of daytime, Ellen DeGeneres has decided that her upcoming season will be the last. What is the reason behind this? Why is she canceling her show? Let's watch it in this video. Ellen DeGeneres states that when one is a creative person, they need to be challenged. And as this show is so great and fun, it's just not a challenge anymore for her. She revealed that Portia de Rossi, her actress wife, was always encouraging her to move on from the 180 shows a year gig, while her comedian brother, along with executives at Warner Brothers, had urged her to continue. In the end, she signed on for a contract for 3 more seasons, but that contract would be her last. Warner Brothers stated that though all great things come to an end, you still never lose hope that truly incredible things never will. They continued as, after an uphill battle to get the show off the ground, it was the most challenging show they have ever launched in the history of their organization. The series has been widely praised for delivering a midday jolt of joy, saying nothing of reviews, revenues, and ratings, with its mix of games, dancing, and giveaways that were $70 million in charitable donations and over $300 million in audience giveaways. Valerie Staub, the president of NBC Universal Local, describes Ellen as an incredible American TV show and its host as one-of-a-kind talent. DeGeneres, who has earned a prolific output of $84 million annually, was the recipient of the Mark Twain Prize by the Kennedy Center for American Humor in 2015, and under Barack Obama, the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. When did DeGeneres decide to end the show? She was going to stop after season 16 and was planning to make it the last season, but they wanted to sign for 4 more years. They were saying there was no way to sign for 1, so she settled it for 3 years, and she knew that would be her last. That has been the plan all along, and everybody kept saying that it would be 19. Don't I desire to go to 20? And did she ever waver? No. When she did her 3000th show, they showed a highlights montage and everybody was emotional. They all hugged and everyone had tears in their eyes, and Mike Darnell said, "Do you want to end this?" She stated that she is a creative person, and when she is creative, she constantly desires to be challenged. Which is why she decided to host the Oscars, or why she decided to go back to stand-up when she didn't think she would. A few years ago, she said that Portia had been urging her to move on, while her brother pushed her to stay. Did anyone apart from Darnell try to convince her? She said, yeah, obviously the producers. As she thinks about her future, they have seen her return to stand-up and have also seen her narrating, hosting, and producing. What will this move free her up to do that she has not had time to do? She stated that she has been trying to think about that and got some ideas, but her agent said she doesn't sit still for a minute. She probably doesn't even know how exhausted she is and what it will be like to sit still. That was her first challenge, and then she will figure it out. Would she consider returning to sitcoms or movies? A sitcom is like a walk in the park compared to 180 shows a year. She doesn't know if that is really what she desires to do next, but movies for sure. Also, there were some serious allegations waged, and some modifications were made at your show. So how that chapter impacted DeGeneres, her show, and her decision to end it. To that, she said that it impacted the series and was hurtful for her. It's not why she was stopping, but it wasn't easy because she was sitting at home and she saw a story that people have to chew gum before they talk to her, and she was like, okay, this is hilarious. Then she saw another story of some other thing, and then it didn't stop. When she starts to think about wrapping up the show, what will she miss the most and the least about this platform? She will not miss makeup and hair every day, as she is not someone who loves to sit on a chair and have that done. And she will not miss the fittings, as if a person gained 1 pound, the pants don't fit them the way they did 2 weeks ago. So that doesn't feel good to have fittings. Those are the things she said that she wouldn't miss at all. What she will miss is everything else. She said that this is her family and they have become her best friends. She comes to work and she laughs every single day. They together create stuff that is something funny to them, and it's not a mass appeal. But she doesn't care because it's quiet and dry, and it's her humor. Also, she had tried to stay true to who she was and what her brand is. This entire thing became bigger than she ever could have dreamed of. She is not the pretty girl who made it in Hollywood because of the way she looked. She worked from nothing to doing stand-up to having this career, and she is so proud of her show. It is the best thing she has ever done in her life. and so she will miss everything, but she knows it's now time to do something different. Is she going to sit down with Oprah, who has been in her shoes? What does she want to ask her about ending this chapter and starting a new one? On that, DeGeneres replied that at first, she wears heels by Louis Vuitton. She has not been in her shoes, and Oprah would have been a lot more comfortable if she were in DeGeneres' shoes. No, they are friends, but they have talked about how hard this is. She hasn't asked her advice yet, but she is sure that Oprah is going to say exactly what her agent did. Sit still for a while and figure it out. So DeGeneres doesn't look at this as the end at all. It's the beginning of a new chapter, and hopefully her friends will go with her wherever she goes. That being said, if she never does anything else ever again, she is so proud of what this show stood up for and still stands for and what they have made it through. Though she has a show to do, is there anything that she wished she had? She replied, no. People are also curious about it, and maybe she is too brutally honest. Her friends will tell us she is honest to a fault and will tell us how she feels. It's one of the best that she didn't address this summer because she was so angry and hurt. But when she can be her higher self and look at it, she knows everything has happened for her to grow. When she came out and was so publicly attacked during that time, it also destroyed her. But she got stronger and learned to grow from it. But people always say that she has to have thick skin to be in such a business, and she has never gotten that. She has very thin skin and things affect her, and she is proud of that. DeGeneres loves that she is emotional and still cares what people think and say about her to a degree. So what has she learned? Well, you realize that every single encounter is something, and if one day she was not dancing when she was in the dry cleaners, or she didn't smile at somebody, it would be like, oh, did that affect somebody? So every day she is not super smiley, but her intention is never to hurt anyone. And she has also looked at it going, okay, can she be somehow more present because this 1 minute encounter will impact somebody in a certain way. So that's all with the video. Until the next video, stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for more uploads.